This is TechCrunch. The EV transition might have hit a hurdle in the U.S., but it's not slowing down in East Africa, where several startups are vying for a piece of the burgeoning electric motorbike market. Zeno is one of those companies, and this week it announced a $25 million Series A to expand its app-controlled battery swap network and produce more of its Imara motorcycles. Zeno co-founder and CEO Michael Spencer told TechCrunch that about $20.5 million of the total was an equity fundraise led by Congruent Ventures with participation from Active Impact and Lower Carbon Ventures. The remaining $4.5 million is a debt facility from Camber Road and Trifecta Capital. Zeno had previously raised a $9.5 million seed round, led by Lower Carbon Ventures and Toyota Ventures. Since emerging from stealth a year and a half ago, Zeno has built more than 800 of its Imara motorbikes and set up more than 150 charging locations across 4 countries in East Africa. Now, motorbikes are a cornerstone of transportation in the region, and Zeno is betting that it can attract riders by offering 50% lower operating costs than internal combustion bikes. The company said more than 25,000 retail and fleet customers are waiting to get their hands on an Imara, and it's producing about 70 to 80 bikes a week. The new round will be used to fulfill that demand. Now, the Imara can drive about 60 miles on a single charge and can carry up to 550 pounds. That's according to the company. The bike sells for about $1,300 without a battery and about $2,000 with it. The bike provides 8 kilowatts of peak power, about the same as a 150cc internal combustion engine. But because all of its torque is available from a standstill, it can go up steep hills fully laden, which is a boon for boda operators who routinely ferry passengers and cargo on bikes. Customers who forego the battery at purchase can subscribe to a monthly or a pay-per-use plan. They can charge the bikes at home or at one of Zeno's swap stations. Similar to Slate Auto here in the U.S., Zeno is selling a range of accessories and wraps so buyers can customize their rides. And to sweeten the deal, Zeno also plans to offer a battery dock that homes and businesses can use to power lights and appliances. The dock is currently being prototyped, and about a dozen customers are testing the product. If Zeno can commercialize the battery dock, it could entrench itself in the region's electrical infrastructure. Much of East Africa's power grid is in poor shape, which has provided an opening for companies to provide more modular power products. Some are helping develop mini and microgrids, while others like Zeno are betting that portable modular batteries will find a permanent niche. When Spencer co-founded the company, he drew inspiration from his previous employer, Tesla, and its first master plan, which sought to deploy EVs and clean power at scale. And as Spencer told TechCrunch back in 2024, it has more legs and more room to run with lower hurdles in emerging markets. Leo's co-founders know firsthand that procurement, the process enterprises use to purchase services from vendors, is often a bottleneck. Vladimir Keel, the company's co-founder and CEO, had experienced this problem as an employee inside a large company and then again while building his first startup. He said, "When we were selling enterprise software, we had to go through procurement ourselves and saw how manual and fragmented the process still is." Keel and his team have built an automated platform of AI agents, software that can complete tasks on behalf of humans, to help fix some of those fragmented processes. On Thursday, Leo announced a $30 million Series A in a round led by Andreessen Horowitz. SV Angels, Harry Stebbings, and YC also partook in the round. Leo was part of the Spring 23 batch there. The company has raised $33 million in funding to date. Keel said the fresh capital will be used to expand the company throughout the U.S. and increase the capabilities of Leo's AI agents, which aim to complete the entire procurement process for enterprise customers. Procurement is at the heart of enterprise spending, where companies look to buy everything from raw materials to professional services. Each purchase order requires focus and commitment. One usually has to open some type of enterprise resource planning or ERP software, check contract management systems, search the supplier database, run compliance checks, cross-reference budgets, dig through emails, and so on. Keel told TechCrunch that even with modern e-procurement software, most of the real work is still done manually. Companies are left to build large internal teams or outsource the work, resulting in a slow, expensive process. Keel had an idea. If the procurement process is largely unstructured data and repetitive workflows, then surely this is the type of task an AI agent is well equipped to handle. He teamed up with friends Lucas Heinzman and Till Wagner, and in 2023, the trio launched Leo, a virtual procurement workforce. Leo operates an AI-native platform with agentic infrastructure that completes the entire procurement process. Keel added that every previous generation of procurement technology was built on the same assumption, that humans will do the work and technology will help them do it faster. We take a fundamentally different approach. Instead of building software to help humans do procurement work faster, Leo deploys AI agents that execute the workflow themselves. These Leo agents operate across and on top of enterprise systems to read documents, evaluate suppliers, negotiate terms, and complete transactions. Keel said that processes that once took weeks can now be completed in minutes, adding that the startup is already helping companies manage billions in enterprise spend. In one case, a global manufacturer was able to automate 75% of its previously outsourced procurement operations within 6 months. Leo is among the many companies that have popped up to completely redefine enterprise software, aided by agentic AI's ability to fundamentally shift how enterprise application software operates. Keel considers Leo's competitors to be legacy procurement software vendors such as SAP Ariba and Oracle, business process outsourcing providers, and consulting firms that help companies with these operations. He said instead of spending most of their time processing requests and paperwork, teams can run more negotiations, analyze more suppliers, and capture savings opportunities that would otherwise be missed. In the long run, we think this changes procurement from a back-office function into a much more powerful lever for enterprise performance. That's it from TechCrunch. For more stories like these, go to TechCrunch.com.